Hello everybody, I'm back with another video for you today, and I do have a deck which we're going to be playing some games with for you guys, and it is King of Beggars. It's probably the deck I've been playing most since the patch, and it's actually very bounty focused. It turns out bounties are actually very, very strong, particularly Witch Hunters and Caleb Menge, which kind of is carrying the deck along with the spenders that you have, particularly the Borsodi brothers, which are able to do, damage to the opponent's board, kill a lot of the bounty units, and get you a ton of gold, which just snowballs and snowballs, and allows you to kill a ton of stuff. Now, you definitely could play Horson Jr. instead of King of Beggars, and he'd work maybe even better in some cases. King of Beggars gives you a bit of flexibility. You can spend the coins in different rounds. You can spend them up to a certain amount. If you need a couple of coins to use your Philippa or to use this or that, then you can do that. Horson's a bit more restricted, but does give you more removal and more control. So, you could definitely try him with a deck similar to this. This version I am playing around with Siggy and Renew for Siggy, along with the Flying Redanian. I think it's a pretty powerful combo, although it can be a bit awkward to use because a lot of your cards do not have a way to spend money without also being a profit card. Things like Witch Hunter, the Borsodi guys, they have profit on them as well as being a spender. So if you go up to 9 coins with Siggy, it can be a bit awkward. You maybe lose some value on your profits. You've got to kind of play around that a little bit with the Horson Freak Show, which allows you to effectively spend money without being a profit unit. And, there's a couple of other ways you can potentially get rid of money by, maybe playing one of your guys before you play the Siggy. There's some interesting sequencing decisions to make there, but otherwise you're just getting a ton of money. You're playing Caleb, ideally in the round 3. You're throwing out a ton of bounties on the board. You're then pumping your Borsodi with coins, killing all of their units, getting a ton of gold from those kills, killing even more, and in theory you can often wipe the opponent's entire board, which is very, very powerful, of course. And you also have the King of Beggars passive ability, which allows you to play some of the strong bronzes that the faction has, such as Renegade Mage and the Apothecary, which work very well with Horse and Freak Show. And yeah, we also have Swindle for gold gain, Raiders for a bit of thinning, Temple Guard to activate the Siggy, and that's pretty much it. Boris, Philippa, nice finisher value and a bit of control with Muriel. And this guy is able to purify other people's bounties if they're playing those. So all in all, I think it's a pretty good deck. It's probably not, perfect. Again, I still haven't quite refined these to the, the greatest potential they could have, and probably other people are coming up with ideas that are even better than this. But I was finding the bounties to be very good, and I think King of Beggars as a leader is also very flexible and very, very strong, compared to the other Syndicate leaders. So let's jump into a few games and see exactly how this one plays. Alright, we'll jump into a game going to be against Hemmelfire. I actually haven't played against too many people with this leader. Seems to be on the kind of more unpopular side, I guess, because he's maybe not as strong as some of the other Syndicate leaders, but we'll see how this goes. So we can get rid of Flying Redanian, of course, that's something we want to pop out the deck for free. So this round 1, we could definitely use Horson potentially to kind of win it. Tactical advantage on him, Apothecary to heal him up, can be very potent, and then we can maybe even gain coins with Siggy, or we could save him for later, depending on what we want to do. The rest of the hand is pretty okay. I'm going to get rid of Swindle, I think. We don't really need that. And then one of the Witch Hunters is probably not super important for this round 1. So, we can probably start with the Freak Show. It doesn't really die to too much. We could also save it if we want to kind of use it to maybe kill theirs, if they have one. And we could play something else. We could even go for Siggy, but that's going to deny the use of Insanity on him. So I think we'll just open up with him. It could be a little bit risky if they have a way to kill him, but I hope they don't. They probably shouldn't. It's kind of hard to deal 6 damage, and there aren't many locks that are being used in this faction, I don't think. Okay, Casino bounces come down, so we can actually start using the Freak Show now, and basically just kill all the stuff they have, I think. That should work quite nicely. And I think then we can play the Apothecary on him as well. That should be good. And then, of course, we always want to be paying the tribute, because it is free, even though, it should cost 1. We have the King of Beggars leader to help us out there. So we'll just, keep healing this guy up. We can use tactical advantage as well to boost him. And there's even the option to renew him later on if we want to do more Freak Show shenanigans. The card is really, really strong and allows you to basically translate all your onboard points into damage. And of course, you also get a very, very potent bronze card as well. But okay, let's get rid of that one with the mage. I don't want to use Boris yet, in case we want to use more freak show damage. But we'll save it for now. And we'll just go with the mage. Maybe next turn we can do more freak show stuff, and then potentially an executioner, or even think about a Boris. Maybe even we want to pass, but probably not a great idea against Hemmelfart. Alright, so we can just remove all these zealots, I suppose. And probably we'll want to renew Freak Show, because this guy's going to be able to kill a lot of stuff later in the game as well. Just provides a ton of removal value. So we'll kill all of this, and then we can boost him up with Tactical Advantage as well. And then probably I'll go with the Witch Hunter Executioner, I think. Kind of not a super important card. We want to kill stuff with the Borsodi guy. You can also use the Witch Hunter, you know, of course, once you have bounties on guys. He is another way to just kill them very quickly and get the money. So not bad at all, but, you know, we're probably happy with what we've got here. You definitely need one of these kind of damage dealers in the round 3 to really profit from your, you know, bounty givers. That's pretty important. So we'll see if they want to play on here. They definitely could. They're only 15 behind, that's not too much. You know, despite our Freak Show doing stuff. You know, we haven't really played any provisions here. These are all kind of weaker cards. 4, 5, 6 provisions, right? We're actually going to see a Borsodi guy come down now. It's pretty interesting. So, I think what I'm going to do is actually Witch Hunter this. That'll give us some nice money, and we'll also be able to kill this using the Witch Hunter together with the Insanity from Freak Show. That'll give us some nice money that we can use as carryover. And we're just going to stay ahead, you know, by a nice amount. That's going to be a pass. So we can definitely think about pushing the Hemmelfart. I think that might be wise, just because the round 3 against him might be quite scary if we don't have what we need. And we also want to get the Flying Redanian out of the deck. So let's get rid of Temple Guard to start with. Probably a Swindle as well. Caleb is a good pickup. It's really nice. So we can probably start with the Siggy. We might lose a bit of value on our you know, Borsodi plays, but that's not really the end of the world, I don't think. In fact, we do start with 2 coins, so maybe we don't even want to do that. The alternative play would be, I guess, Borsodi, and then go for some maybe damage with this guy and spend the money. I kind of like that play as well, actually. Let's try it out. In theory, this will give us the most kind of value from our plays. It will be bad, of course, if this gets removed, but hoping that doesn't happen. We might also then just go for a Swindle and hold on to Siggy. It's possible that we can do that. Okay, we've got an engine here. It's not particularly strong, but it does present a target for our real... I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name still, so whatever. And we can now actually spend the coins on him, and I think we want to do that so that our Siggy becomes available. I still do want to play him, I think, in this round to get Redanian out. Maybe playing Swindle would be better, but there's a chance we don't hit the right amount of gold with that. Should be a bit awkward. Oh, he actually had removal but didn't use it. Okay. So I'm going to go with the Siggy now. We'll get a bunch of coins, and we probably are just going to keep those coins as carryover. And maybe pass very soon. Maybe a muzzle, and then pass. Maybe not. We'll see. This is kind of just a carryover play that also acts as an 8-point thing. There's an Imki, and that is a very good target for muzzle, so I'm going to take that. Very happy with that steal. And we'll see what he's got coming up. So we have our kind of finisher combo of Caleb plus Ewald. This has worked very well together. We can give bounty and then damage everything. And as long as we have that in round 3, I think we'll be okay to kill all of these guys that pop out of Congregation and the other cards that they'll have. Plus we have our leader, and we can translate the leader into damage with the Ewald. So that'll be very strong. Swindle we probably will want to mulligan away. Okay, we've got just a blacksmith coming down, that's pretty fair. I think we can go ahead and pass now. They need 11 points, which is quite a lot. We could probably do it if they have, you know, a power play. But we've managed to shorten the round, and I think that's going to help a lot against the Swarm, which we assume he's probably playing. And yeah, that's not going to be enough, so either leader's going to have to be used a bit, or another card. So pretty good result here. We got 4 leader carryover gone from him. We have 9 coins in the bank, going to go down to 4. And we'll be able to turn that into damage with our Uold, which will hopefully be very powerful. So the swindles here, I don't really rate them too highly. We don't really need them, although Temple Guard is probably worse, so we'll get rid of that. Renew is a good pickup. You can either use it on the Clown or on Siggy, or even maybe on something else. We'll see. I mean, even... that's a really good target for Philippa, I think. So I guess we're going to just take that immediately. Start getting the coins ourselves. Sounds good to me. So potentially taking Siggy will be worth it. We'll see. He is worth a lot of coins and it will get the Redanian, Flying Redanian out. But that's I was going to say that's a very juicy target for Boris, but he's going to buff it up. So it no longer will be. We could just revive the Maril. I kind of like that, honestly. You know, it's not the strongest play ever, but I think killing the dude is going to be important here. Otherwise this might snowball out of control a bit. Right now we're very far ahead on even with leader still, so, and an engine on the board. So we should be looking pretty good. Dig the new music as well. Always good, the Gwent music. Witcher music as well. Vivaldi Bank being played, okay. And another Borsodi brother. That gives him a lot of money. He can spend that money if he wants. So our Ewald is going to be giving us 4 money because we have Horst in the graveyard. That's quite nice. We can think about playing Caleb now, but probably we want to wait a little bit longer until the opponent has, you know, more stuff on the board. We want to give bounty to as many units as possible, really, before, you know, before going off with our Ewald. So we'll just play this to stall a little bit and build up our coin bank, which we can then use to bounty everything up. Okay, Blind Eye, it doesn't do too much. It is going to be quite hard to kill this stuff because, of course, got a lot of, you know, health on some of those guys. But that's Caleb now. We're just going to give bounty to at least these 2 guys. I don't know if we want to give it to anyone else. I don't think we're going to be able to kill the 10-point unit. And it only gives us 2 if we kill it anyway, so it's actually not worth. Just give bounties to these. It's kind of not even worth to give it to the apothecary, because you lose 3 to give it a bounty, but I mean it breaks even, so it's whatever. So we only get 1 bounty, that's kind of awkward. But I think we'll be okay because we just have so much gold gain and we can just get points that way. It might become a bit tricky if they kill the Ewald because we don't really have any other coin spenders, so have to be aware of that. But there's another thing that we can bounty up. I think now we can probably play Boris and get the money from the apothecary back. And then we'll just wait. We'll probably play another Caleb thing and then use our Ewald at the very end of the round. Sounds good to me. We should get a lot of value out of that. So let's just do that. I'm gonna have max money. We're gonna miss some value here, I suppose, potentially, but we get the Redanian out now. They don't actually have any more units, so we can't proc more Caleb, you know, bounties, but it's fine. We're gonna win pretty damn convincingly. Nonetheless, even without really getting that much bounty value. But I'm curious to see how much we actually win by here. We are able to kill. I mean, we get so many coins from this, so I think we could have wiped his whole board actually, which is pretty funny. He's not going to let us play it out, that's fair enough. Pretty convincing win, but it is against Hemmelfart, so whatever. Let's jump into another game and see if we can do that again. And another Hemmelfart opponent. Maybe not the most representative of matches, but whatever. We'll play it out. Sewer Raiders can go, and then Flying Redanian. As always, the game's, you know, just meant to show how you play the deck, more so than anything else, but, you know, you can feel free to try the deck yourself, see if it's strong against other stuff. I have been having difficulty against non-syndicate factions with this deck. I don't know if that's just because those decks are more refined than syndicate decks at the moment, or what's going on there, but it's worth keeping in mind. But we'll see what we've got here. We'll probably go with the Siggy opener, as we often do when we have him. I'll give us money for the raiders and whatnot. Although that's going to be a very big scribe. Bit of an intimidating target, to be honest with you. I kind of want to kill that with Mareels, so I'm going to go with the Siggy, and then we can actually set up that tribute play, potentially. And just go for the kill on it before it gets too much value. Or we maybe don't even bother, we'll see. Okay, so he's going to go insane. Whoa, and using his leader, okay, what the heck. Gonna spawn some copies of this. This is new, I have not seen anyone doing anything like this. But okay, sure. He is using a couple of leader charges for that, so it's somewhat expensive, but... Alright, we should probably kill one of these. I'm guessing he's going to go for the board spam play in a second, but we'll see.
I fear it's far too late to suddenly
These are some pretty crazy combos. As long as we hold on to our removal, we should be fine for later though. They're going to end up wasting a lot of their good stuff in round 1. Let's just go with the Sewer Raiders. I don't really... I mean, we might be able to win the round, but they do have 2 of these now, and it's going to take a while for us to actually kill everything that's threatening on this board, so I think it's just better to maybe go for the pass. Especially if they're playing a card like that. A lot of free units, okay. I guess we got to pass because we're very far behind. I mean, we don't have to. We could play another card, but is there any point? Not really. I'd rather kind of play carryover round 2 with Swindle and stuff. It's probably better for us. So I don't know, that was a weird round. He really played a lot of his powerful cards. I'm wondering what the kind of finisher will be. Maybe he's got some kind of nasty round 3 shenanigans ready. Okay, hand is looking fine. We could get rid of the Apothecary, but it's not bad with the Freak Show. I kind of like the whole hand, to be honest. We're looking at Philippa and Ewald as our good pickups. We should probably mulligan for those. So just going to swindle, okay. We can also swindle.
a game. No experience required.
Sewers remind me of the fjords back home.
Sewer Raiders. Okay, well, what do we want to go for next? We could go for our horse. That's going to give some carryover potentially. Playing other things is kind of a bit meh. It's annoying that I didn't hit the full value or the 5 or 6 value on the swindle. We low rolled that, unfortunately. But I guess we've got to play horse in that case. If we play the Apothecary, it's not going to be enough, so that's what it is. Should go to round 3, and hopefully we'll be looking quite good. We have Renew for Siggy, and we just need to draw our, ideally, Philippa and Ewald. If we can get those, that'd be really great. Apothecaries I really like with the Freak Show. We can get rid of the Mage, I think. Probably one Executioner can go, although they're not bad. They're not bad cards. I think we will get rid of one. Okay, let's open with the Freak Show. We do have some money, which can make it a bit awkward to use him properly, but... Worst case, we just spend the money, waste it effectively, right? Best case, good stuff happens. Alright, gonna be a summoning circle. This is getting a bit scary. Yeah, this is a bit awkward because we can't really spend the money on him. And we need him to be spending money so he goes insane. Don't really have any easy way to do stuff. Might just be worth playing the Caleb, although that's going to represent one of our big finishers. I don't think I mind it because we can renew him if he dies, potentially. We need targets for our bleeding and stuff that's kind of of high importance at the moment. going to be a swindle, okay. So making it very difficult for us to actually do things. But that's fine. We can probably just play one of these guys. I mean, I'm not sure we're actually going to get the full value on them on the Freak Show if they're not playing units. So we'll try to protect Caleb a little bit for now. Something in the circle's a bit intimidating. We'll see what's going on with this. We should be getting much more leader value in this round. And there's going to be Freak Show actually coming down, okay. So, what are we doing about this? Well, I want to put a bounty on it. I do want to put a bounty on it. So we can probably bounty and then kill it with the Executioner. I think that works. If I'm counting correctly. And that's a very good way to kill it. You know, to get all the money back effectively. Kill one of the high importance cards. Looks good to me. Alright. Basically a free kill on that. So I have 6 coins in the bank. Gonna be a U-Old. A lot of money for him, so we can now start killing a lot of our stuff. But we have this renew, so potentially okay. It's a bit annoying if he kills the Executioner, but it looks like he's not going to do that. So we'll just play a Witch Hunter now, I think, to kill this, and again make sure we get value from our contracts, our bounties. There we go, able to do that. We're ahead at the moment, but it's, you know, circlers on the board. It's a bit scary. And there's going to be a Scribe coming down with a Renew to copy it. I like the idea of the deck, it's pretty cool, but I think we can shut this down pretty well now with Renew onto Caleb, so... Oh wait, that's actually a lot of them, there's more than I even thought, but I think we're still okay. We can now maybe showcase just the power of this deck, really, in terms of being able to remove everything, so... I don't know if we can kill everything here, but we can definitely kill a fair number of these. I'm not exactly sure how many. I think we can kill them all, probably. It's kind of ridiculous how much money we get from these shenanigans, from all the crime. Am I doing this right? I don't even know if I am, to be honest, at this point, but whatever. Yeah, this looks fine, right? In fact, we should probably be doing on that. Doesn't matter. We're just able to kill everything. The power of bounties, contracts, and killing, as it were. There we go. Clean up everything. Get us even 6 gold in the bank. We could even further kill this, I suppose. Or give it bleeding or whatever. But I suppose there's no need. So, the nasty combo of his and his leader down. I think we should be cleaning this up pretty safely. We can play our Apothecary now with no problem. Just to heal back our Freak Show, and we probably want to be, I mean we may as well be killing this. I think I'm gonna lose the coin there just to, you know, make sure we get the value. Okay, pretty easy. And that can really show you what this Caleb can do. It's just very, very, very powerful with Witch Hunters or with Executioners or with Borsodi, whatever, brothers, you know what I mean. Pretty strong deck. I don't know exactly how good it will stack up, you know, towards the once the meta settles down and whatnot, but and against other factions it might not be the best, but been having a lot of fun with it. I think King of Beggars is pretty good along with the bounties for now anyway. Anyway, if you enjoyed, hope you did, do feel free to subscribe for more videos as always, and I'll see you guys next time.